What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. So Tyler, the South African colored, her EP failed dramatically. Only sold 4,000 copies in America, which is absolutely insane, but expected. Now, let me clarify something. I'm going to use this as a teaching moment. Y'all watch where I go with this. You see, this is not an FBA boycott, like boycotting some hair salons, or anything like that, right? That was an FBA boycott, which failed. This is an African American boycott. There's a difference. You see, FBA don't listen to Tyler. They don't listen to African music. They're anti-African, so they don't care about African entertainers. They were never going to buy it. They don't go to braiding salons. They don't do anything African. Most of them don't live around Africans. Most FBA are white people pretending to be black on the internet. FBA doesn't actually exist. That's why they're failures. This is an African American boycott. All right. And this should prove to you that African Americans are very pro-black, very pro-African. Because what happened was that colored woman, right, who was supposed to be marketed to the African American community. That's what her market. Every African artist, when you come to America, you have to be accepted by African Americans. That is it. If you're a British rapper, if you don't get the thumbs up from African Americans, you're going to fail. If you are Afro beats, if you don't get in America, if you don't get accepted by African Americans, you're going to fail, right? If you're any type of African artist, you come to America, you got to remember, American music industry is, the market's always us. What we say goes. We may not own it because we know who owns it, right? But the thing is, we also have power. We have the real power. There's power with the executives who own the corporations, but there's powers in the consumer. We have the consumer power. And we are the ones who give the thumbs up. If African Americans say this is not cool, even white folks are not gonna buy it. White people wait for us to give the thumbs up before they consume it, right? So what happened with Tyla, I don't know who her PR was, but you can't come over here and you can't come to America and call yourself colored and think you're going to be successful amongst black people in America. Because we are black. We get offended, real Americans, not FBA. FBA, they think they own black by themselves. African Americans get offended when Africans don't accept that they are black, because they are black. Black means African, right? You're saying you're not one of us. You're not part of us, right? So when Tyler came over here, very pretty, talented, South African colored, right? They marketed her. The whole point was her to be accepted by the African American community and for her to make it big in America, right? And let's be honest, and I see it over here for all the African people because right now there's some of my butt hurt right now, and they're saying, well, she don't need America, blah, blah, blah. The truth is you do. This is where the money is. African Americans are the richest group of Africans on the planet. We have all the money to give. You understand? That's why African artists, if they want to make it, they come to America to make American black dollars, because we will make them rich. There's not enough because of the way, neocolonialism is happening right now. At the moment, Africa is not going to make you stupid, dumb rich like coming over to America. We have to co-stamp it, and everything African Americans do, the entire world will follow afterwards. So if you want to make it to that mega global scale, you got to come to America to get the stamp from us so that we can go online and talk about it the way we talk about it, so we can push, the free marketing around the world. Like, yeah, us African Americans, we're cool and we like this person. So if we say we like that person, then everybody's going to like that person. If black folks say we don't like that person no more, all the white Americans going to be like, well, then move on to the next person. And there are plenty of African artists that come over here and they make it big because they come with respect, right? So when Tyler came over here and she said she was colored to a group of people. You see, the thing is, South Africans have accepted that term white people gave them. They've accepted it, that they're colored. They accepted that shit. And they think that we don't know what colored is. The South Africans, not all South Africans, but some South Africans think that they got some sort of unique history with the white people that other black people don't have. African Americans have the same intimate relationship with the same white people. Even more white people. And when they labeled you guys colored, some of you guys colored, they also labeled us colored. It was a way for white people to just smash all you guys together. The same way they reinvented it and say people of color to include everybody who's not white. That's why, if you notice, African Americans violently do not accept POC, because that's just a modern word to say coloreds from white people. It's disrespectful. When they started calling you colored, they were calling us colored. They called both, the same white person called you colored and called us colored. But we rejected that shit because we knew what it meant. You guys, either you don't know what it means or you don't care and you've accepted it. You've laid down and said, you know what? I accept this thing white people gave me, even though we all know that when you call yourself colored, you're continuously self-disrespecting yourself. There is never going to be, ever, any colored who come over to America, call themselves colored and be successful. Never. Because that's self-deprecating. And we know it. And we can't accept it. Our pride won't let us accept it. Our self-respect as black people, as Africans who know what the fuck white people did to us, we're never going to accept that shit. It was never going to work. So when she went on the Breakfast Club and did that, had that little attitude and shit, it was like, don't tell me you African and colored. If you African, you black. That's what it means. And I understand that there's people on the continent that never had to distinguish themselves because everybody's black, right? But in South Africa, it's different because you live with the white person. So you see the difference between you and them. Therefore, and they know, you should know and understand what black means versus white. In America is a racist country, right? Because we live with the ultimate savage barbarian in America, right? Top savage barbarian. Y'all got number 2 savage barbarian. Nobody even likes the white people from your country at all. Ours is okay, even though they're arrogant, you know. But we got the top savage barbarian. And we've survived and lived over here under y'all apartheid. That's our Jim Crow. All right? We understand what you going. We went through it. We understand it completely. We went through way worse shit than you guys. So your apartheid, all that's nothing for us. Shit, we still going through quasi-apartheid right now. All right? So when Tyla disavowed her blackness, because keep in mind, this is an African-American boycott. And and I wouldn't even call it a boycott. I would be like, this is what really happened. It was like, oh, you're not black? You know, because first we was enthusiastic, cute little, 85 pounds soaking wet, pretty little, the way we saw it, little black woman, we was going to support. Everybody liked your little song and shit. It had a little, it was a little snappy. We was ready to push that shit out to the world, place you up on the pedestal like everybody else. But when you said you wasn't black, which you are in fact black, that's the thing about it. You are black, you're African, right? But the way you disrespectfully be like colored, and you embrace that colored, and you look like y'all, and told us to get over it. That's the same thing. I remember when you South Africans got mad with the Zulu thing down there in Louisiana. Y'all was upset. Huh? I can't believe you guys, disrespecting our Zulu with the blackface thingy. Bro, at that moment, for some reason, you guys were black. Right? You was real black then. You're like, oh, the blackface. Oh, you're defended. It's the same thing. Even though you guys don't understand what that Zulu thing was about. Y'all just sold on face value and y'all flipped the fuck out all the way. Right? Even though that has been going on well before what y'all thought. It had a whole nother meaning, and it was sanctioned by groups, associated with, right? And it has its own particular meaning, right? Which they're never going to stop. Doesn't matter what you say, right? But they wouldn't go to South Africa and do the shit, right? You can't come to America with your colored, with your self-deprecating African slave dog mentality, because that's what when we see colored, it's like you laying down and you let the white man piss all over you and you enjoy that shit. You say it's raining. And we like, you getting pissed on. You're like, no, I like this. This is yellow rain. That's what you're doing. And then when you arrogant about it, so black people in America, African Americans, not FBA, because I see some people associating FBA with African Americans. FBA is a xenophobic hate group of Tariq Nasheed's, period. They will hate on Africans and Caribbeans about any goddamn thing. They'll make some shit up and hate on them because they hate themselves. Right? African Americans are pro-black, pro-African, pro-unity. So anybody look like they want to separate, we like, well, fuck you. So when Tyler did that, I knew she was gonna flop. I was like, oh shit, that's it. That was it. On the Breakfast Club too? Oh man, you went to the wrong place. I don't know who her PR is, but that was horrible. I don't know what they thought. So you thought the white people was gonna like you because she was gonna get into pop. She thought white people don't move. Listen, the white people not gonna move in this country if black folks don't say this is it. Period. As you can see, the white people didn't embrace her because we didn't embrace her. When white people saw that we was mad at her for that color situation, they went and left and went somewhere else. They were like, oh, not this one. Because white people want to, the people who will buy that music want to listen to that music with black people. They want to go to black clubs, black parties, black events, and hear that music mixed up with other black music with black people. If they can't go party with black people with that music, then they're not going to listen to it. That's just what it is. There's not going to be an all white party with any white artist and then they're going to play Tyla. They're not going to give a fuck about that shit. The whole point of that is for them to experience black culture, not colored culture. Even white people in America know not that white people know not to call us colored. You call us the N-word first before you say colored. You call us the N-word before you say colored. That's just as bad. It's worse because it's like a more pompous way of saying it. So yeah, I knew she was going to flop, unfortunately. And that's a PR problem because she's young. So no one educated her on American culture. You can't come over here and disregard African-American culture and everything we've been through and all of the pain and struggle and think you're going to make some money. It's just that simple. And this is fair game, right? You think if DeVito came over here, right? You think DeVito wanted to sell in America? You think he could disrespect African-Americans and be arrogant about it and tell us to get over it and be successful? Absolutely not. You think Burna Boy could come to America, talk shit about African Americans and be arrogant about it and be successful? I don't think so. Huh? Do you think that can happen? No. Do you think that an African American could go to South Africa, disrespect Nelson Mandela, disrespect all the Zulus, disrespect all the Khoisan, I'm talking about just disrespect all of them, and then be successful in South Africa? Hell no. You think as an African American, I can come to Nigeria, right, and disrespect the Igbos, the Yorubas, the Hausas, and be able to be successful in any manner? Absolutely not. Because there's one thing to be, to be understanding and unifying, but within the house of Africanness, within the house of blackness, because black and African mean the same thing. I keep trying to tell you, black is English for negro. Negro is Portuguese and Spanish for negra, because they were calling us and identifying us by the Niger Congo people in Africa, but they didn't say Niger. Instead of the G being a jar, they use it as a G. That's the only difference. It's literally just being lost in translation that black is just English for African from Niger Delta Congo, the Niger Congo area. Congolese black African people. That's what it means, literally. Right? So you can't be an African and say you ain't black. Especially when you live in a country where you have black, white, Chinese, and Indian. There is a distinction. You can see it. But you accept the colored your white colonizer gave you, which is disrespectful to all black people. And it's not like we don't see how xenophobic a lot of you South Africans are towards other Africans. We see it. All right? And the thing is, we see that, and it's like, if you don't see our culture and our struggle over here, and how, despite everything we've been through in America, we still end up being, right, 13% of the population, which is a lie, we still end up being the richest, we are the richest ethnic group, statistically, in the country, richer than white people, because for all the white people, there's more poor white people in America than there is poor black people in America. As a group, we are the richest, most influential group of people. You can't come and discriminate against the richest and most influential group of people in America. And we are the richest. Listen, African Americans are the richest ethnic group on the planet that did not steal it from somebody else. There's no group of people on the planet, you can't name it. There's no group of people on the planet that's as rich as African Americans, as successful, listen, as successful as African Americans, that did not steal it, rob it from somebody else. There's no, we are literally from the mud up. We started from zero to the top. Didn't steal it from nobody. Got it the slow, hard way. You understand? Everything we ever accomplished, we literally earned that shit. We earned it and we deserve it. Everybody else stole that shit. Everybody else copying that shit. We ain't copy shit. So when you come and disrespect that group of people, you're going to fail. And it's going to be permanent. It's going to be permanent. And here's the thing. African Americans are West Africans. We are Nigerians, right? And we carry a lot of that culture and a lot of proverbs within our DNA. And here's the thing. If you don't learn the lesson when it's taught to you, we will allow the world to teach it to you. You understand? We will let the life teach you that lesson, and life is teaching Tyla that lesson. And is there a way for her to make a comeback? Maybe. I know there's a way, but she won't do it because the ego is going to get in the way. So she was just going to have to find her success in other places, because 4,000. Listen, if my nobody ass can do a fucking video and get more than 4,000 views, she is they put millions upon millions of dollars behind her PR campaign. Professional corporations that do this that's what they do. 4,000, that is beyond embarrassing. That's a statement. You understand? That's a statement. Don't disrespect African Americans and think we're going to support you. And don't think that these white people are going to support you over what we say we not going to do. If in America, if African Americans say no, the rest of the white goddamn community moves on to the next person we approve. And that's just the way it is. Anyway, that's all I got to say is Afro Think Tank. Learn some, teach some. I'm out.
Miss Tyla girl thought she was bigger than the program, and her EP flopped. It flopped by a long shot. She sold less than 4K units in the United States. I don't know what she did in South Africa, but it flopped over here. Everybody knows what went wrong with Tyla, okay? I understand that in South Africa, they refer to themselves as colored, but as you enter into a new market, you are trying to, enter into Black American culture, into the Black music industry and market to us, you do kind of have to assimilate in some ways. You do have to learn the culture so that you can be a part of it, so that you can thrive in it. You do have to respect it. And when people told her that language does not work over here, she doubled down. And it's like, we get that y'all use that over there, but we're saying if you want to make it, your music to make it here, you can't. That's not gonna cut it. That's not gonna cut it. There's a saying, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. And I know a lot of South Africans defended her, but at the end of the day, she wants to be bigger than South Africa. She don't want to be limited to just a South African fan base. And at the end of the day, too, she makes music for girls. Her music, no man is saying put on that Tyla. And black women in the United States of America are strict. Okay, we run a tight ship. So if we say this ain't gonna cut it, don't use this terminology, and you say that's how I talk, basically, you can't expect us to support you. You can talk like that all you want, but we are allowed to withdraw support. And that's why she flopped, because you wanted to be a part of Black culture, and when I say Black culture, I mean Black American culture, but you didn't want to do as the Romans do. Okay?
So apparently they out here blaming Tyla's downfall on African Americans. How, Sway? Like, for real. I'm so tired of Black Americans being the cause for everything, supposedly. No, the thing is, Tyla came over here thinking she was big in the program. When she went on the Breakfast Club and they asked her, are you Black? She said, no, I'm not Black, I'm colored. So that was a strike right there. Then you went on that award show and thought Halle Berry, our legend, was supposed to hold your award. People wasn't messing with that. And you just been acting like you better than the culture. And it's like, I get it. I know in Africa, they tell you all these things about Black Americans and how we lazy, how we don't do this, how we don't work, and da-da-da. But that is all cap. And y'all run with it because y'all want to be so accepted by the white culture. And that's cool, but don't blame us when your sales are not where it needs to be. Like, we should be coming together as one, but no. Africans want to separate from being black Americans so bad when we are the culture over here. We started this stuff. Like, y'all be thinking we don't hold no value over here, but we do. Tyler, we gave you your first hits. Boo, that was us listening to that song. Not saying that it wasn't the Africans, but when Americans, black Americans themselves, insert themselves into accepting the music culturally, that's when the artist goes up. Y'all don't be understanding that. Y'all think y'all bigger than the program, and it's just not gonna happen. Like, it's just not gonna happen over here. Like, give us our respect, and then you'll probably start doing better, and your album sales probably wouldn't have dropped, flopped, whatever.
School me on these debates that they be having about your identity as a South African colored person. What does that even mean?
Can we not, por favor?
Oh, I like that. We keeping that in the interview too. I like when they talk from the back and say we can't. I like that. I like that. That's good. That's even better.
Doesn't surprise me that Tyla's album flopped. Doesn't surprise me because of her fans. Like, I know.
So basically, this creator is talking about how Black South Africans have a lot of animosity specifically towards Black Americans, and just how xenophobic they are towards Black Americans. And I'm South African, and she is completely correct. She hit the nail on the head with that. So I'm South African. I grew up in South Africa, but half of my family is Zimbabwean, so I also have Zimbabwean heritage. And trust me, the xenophobia that is specifically against other Black people from other countries, whether it's Black Africans, Black Americans, is very rife within Black South Africans, and it's actually heinous. Like, South Africa is a dangerous place for Black people to be in, especially if you're Black from an African country. So no, you hit the nail right on the head. It's really unfortunate. I love Tyla. She's amazing. And she herself doesn't seem to be xenophobic. And actually, there was an incident with a South African Nigerian contestant for a South African beauty pageant, and she was basically being bullied relentlessly, mercilessly by Black South Africans. And Tyla defended this girl. And Tyla was attacked for defending her and speaking up against xenophobia. So yeah, it is a really huge problem. And it affects Tyla negatively because people then just sort of view Tyla with those lenses. And she is not like that. She is not xenophobic. She's not hateful. I think she wasn't smart in the way she addressed the colored issue. She wasn't advised well with how she addressed it in the first place. But other than that, it's really unfortunate because these people who are trying to defend her, these South Africans who are trying to defend her by being so heinous, by being so hateful, by mocking Black Americans, are not smart because they are hurting her. They're hindering her success. Tyla wants to make it in America.
Ain't nobody trying to argue with you all damn day, bro. Shut the fuck up. Damn.
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan!
Wait. Before you go, for all my subscribers and philanthropists out there, I'm building a solar power community water bowl system in Nigeria. It's going to cost between $5,000 and $6,000. I'm trying to raise money. If you want to participate and help me build this solar power water system, please donate to the Cash App and put solar water in the notes. Solar water in the notes. I'll put PayPal, Stripe, and Zelle. Anyway, thank you. That's all I gotta say. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out. Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.